Utie oha echi ponkno.
Needs FM.
So, Enra, ACP Dr. Benjamin Agojo Ekopie court and issues by charges here. They are no so far no when you bail saying anything Nidika.
For me, my dream Yemina Kaka with regards to especially investigation, the time it is taken. But when you are in this country, you shouldn't be surprised because social ACP Dr. Agodra is a serving police officer. Now, as a serving police officer, Obia will name said Omo Sabi, Omo na Omo Shey and Bambo or they belong to the institutions where you can refer to them as regimental. Omo Ewo, Omo you can say judiciary setup. The military would court martial you, the police would put you through Adomo Freno, the kind of service inquiry. And sometimes before they put you through service inquiry, depending on the severity of your wire, on the interdicto. On the interdicto, yeah. Now, you face service inquiry. Service inquiry, sometimes you are allowed to come with your witnesses, come with even your legal counsel. And so, but we share the air force here. It didn't. We haven't seen that. I haven't seen it. Dr. Agodro, as we speak, Omo interdicted. He is still a serving police officer, and he's been detained, in custody, and now sent to court general and remanded into police or BNI custody. And so mine is that unless there is an explanation to it, I will not be able to see why. They might say that because of the severity of the crime. If they think that the crime they are investigating him on is so severe, then why not interdict him? Why not let him go through their own internal processes if possible? And the other thing is that the way and manner the issue is being handled, well, I cannot fault the kind of saying the police or the BNI or the national security people who are handling it. I would have expected that someone like him, who once upon a time was in charge of operations, I would have expected that they would have realized that he probably would have commanded a lot of Yakanisan police people in this country. And therefore, they would have been looking up to him. That is not to say if he's committed a crime, he should be let off the hook. But you handle the case in a manner that is dignified. And now made me expect to say, maybe they put him under house arrest. If you listen to his legal counsel, and if you listen to the wife, it took them a great hell of time to be able to have any consultation with him or speak to him. Which to me, the officers and men in uniform who are holding firearms here and who are in charge of the firearms, who probably he was in charge of and probably he will still be in charge of, are actually watching. And remember, he had only just returned from a peacekeeping operation. So if he was wearing a UN beret.
Yeah.
That beret is a UN beret because he had only come back home. And so the international community, they are watching. I have had several of my colleagues abroad, several of my colleagues in the sub-region and in Africa, on the continent itself, call me to ask me what is going on. And, well, we'll have to explain to them what the state is investigating him for. But mine is that it does not speak too well for a country that since 1992, the kind of saying, we decided to go constitutional and decided to elect our leaders and decided that democracy, the Kabmami can be a member and Ghana should have. And so for me, things are not, he's my friend. I must say, Agodro Eyobia, I've known him way back. But as to whether how much his involvement is, I will leave that to the state's investigators and prosecutors, and also leave that to his legal representatives to slug it out in court. But mine is that he, as an individual, knowing his stage, I thought the state could have done it a bit better, because then there is some amount of uneasy calm. Police for now. At least more than someone you speak to, you have friends who are police officers. You ask police officers, every police officer today on the street of Ghana, there is that uneasy calm, which to me, this issue could have been handled a bit better to, not bring down the morale of your kind of the officers and men who are watching what is going on, because then the expectation also was that by this time, police as an organization, can be. But the police, as I've had discussions, I've had talks with them, spoken to some of them at the, at the higher, at the top, some of them at the top. And I'm told that, well, because of the sensitivity, how sensitive this issue is, they are refraining from making a public statement. Well, I'll leave that to their own judgment and to the judgment of the public. I would have wished that by now the air would have been clear to reassure 7 police officers that this issue is being handled, and Agodro himself has not been pronounced guilty yet. Has not been pronounced guilty, and until pronounced guilty, he's still a suspect, and the issues are being investigated. This is how I thought this issue could have been handled.
Okay. What can I Natade and senior or dressing in the cajon. And ni lawyer ni Ramatin Pebu Akabibi and said one of your Hessian Shimu be and I for no see Yenshimun interrogation so cry Cosono. Osusa buying home a bone. And again, and baby, I'm modern cocoa court, I'm in copy district court. The lawyer ni from day one or shall say, can't say, baby, on person in the corner. They don't have jurisdiction. Woman need to me say, obey to me. Ebi omo pebe ko beti me diama enso mo hu se boapaya bm na fo person mo di omo ekọ this bit about no ma ebi no musususu okay aban ho bom se na tema.
Oh, media, you see, it is usually it is easy to go for the easy pickings. No one wants to do the hard pickings, so it is easy to pick on government in this matter. But for me, from the analytical point of view, I would refrain from picking on government, especially when the government is supposed to make sure we are all protected. I would refrain from it, and I would want to look at the facts, as adduced, or the facts available, and not begin to. But mine is that, let me say, the lawyer, or kasa too much, respectfully, Martin Pebu, kasa too much. Because you see, me lawyer need it. But I am a lawyer and also represent me and also Kasasi about it. You only make it very difficult for me, probably to be given a fair hearing. At the end of the day, you are a lawyer. Where you ma ba kope and say ubeyi or client a free or how that's it. And we say ubeyi or client a free or how no. And no, and yeah, public opinion and a beyi or client to free or how. Mrakwan so be fam mrakwan so now the clients never free you can't say or how, but hearing him speak, I am a bit surprised because he actually took the BNI to the clinics, and I thought that was wrong, because if the BNI people are those people who are holding him and you go on air to bastardize them, and would you go back to the BNI again and say, you see, I've said that Mwabong, I heard him say so I've said that Mwabong. But I've come to you to now say Mwabing. I feel the young Kano said the fatana my clients in the man. So I think that sometimes we are all. I am not a lawyer, but maybe the NSA for he can leave those things for sometimes those of us who do some of this analysis to sometimes come to some categorical conclusions because we might not be directly involved, but he is directly involved. And he probably is a beneficiary. If he's able to take him out of his predicament, chances are that his ratings as a lawyer, as a legal counsel, is going to go up in no time. And so for him, he stands the time. So for me, I want to look at the case and the issue and say that state when Dr. Benjamin Agodrobe Pasono, I think that it is a bit murky and a bit checkered. They could have handled it a bit better so that his dignity is not taken away from him. Even what's the name? Convicted murderers, before they put the hangman's rope on your neck or they inject you with some lethal or whatever, they ask you your last wish. Your last wish. So I think that even at the point of death, people must still be treated with dignity. Maybe at the moment, Dr. Benjamin Agodro is still a suspect. It could happen that Ochna is completely exonerated. If he's exonerated, or how are states in our family? Is the state going to compensate him? I bet it's going to be no. Ushe, some few years ago, Patrick Timbila, I think he used to be in charge of something within the police service. He had some challenges because of his, for good reasons. They decided to, have him under house arrest. So the case was eventually they disposed of the case, and I think he went on retirement, and I don't know how, but he was treated with some amount of dignity because these are people who a lot of officers are looking up to. And the last thing you want is to have that uneasy calm amongst the men and women in uniform who are wielding AK-47s, who are, are supposed to be protecting us because and the last thing you want is to have their morale dipping. And so for me, I think that it is not late yet. The state should do what it can to grant him bail because every offense in this country now is bailable. And so for me, the state should do well to grant him bail and accord him. The police should make sure they are getting him all the necessary support because he's still one of their own. And then I believe that the general public, in this discussion, we've got to be decorous, but I can see already how sharply the country is something that, let him have his day in court. The way he's being treated is fair. I think the way he's being treated is not fair. The state can do better than it is doing when it comes to Dr. Benjamin Agodro. I just think that the state would have to look at it so that going forward, when others find themselves in that situation, states, because this is not an ordinary security officer in this country. He's not ordinary at all. It's not just one of the military officers or one of the police officers. This is not one of them. He's a very important security couple in this country. And when you are dealing with these issues of this nature, very sensitive issues, and no one creates problems for all of us. And I think that the state should have a think. Should think about it again and come with something that probably with handling this particular case.
Okay.
I mean, you can see how charged the courthouse was, and you can see. You speak to police officers on the street of Ghana. You speak to police officers. You can, if you have police officer friends. I am not conjecturing or I'm not trying to put some wrong facts out there. You call police officers. If they won't talk to you on air, but speak to them. And if you speak to 10 police officers, I'm sure 8 out of the on the cartel will tell you what they think. And I've spoken to several of them. I work with others, even military officers. I spoke to some of them called me senior military officers.
That means now can you not idea where you're on the cry near Cosin?
No. Senior military officers who spoke to me yesterday weren't happy. Some prisons officers had a conversation. And so I think that this particular Dr. Benjamin Agodro's incarceration or detention is dividing the rank and file of the security setup in this country. And the state should handle it so that it will help with the fight against crime in this country. If whatever it is, if the state has good evidence, you put it before the court and let his defense attorneys or counsel representatives defend him. If he's able to go free, so be it. But
okay.
Until then, I think they should treat him with dignity.
Okay. Well, nyamde be chat cry now can about say nimre nim ni no kasada do no. Enra bra wo mo free court no anso no. ACP enso ekasaye. They be say nsem no de to dwana bi ho no ananka ho hia ne nsem no kan no. Say na tima menim so what bia.
Oh, me I listened to him. I mean, I think what he said, he really didn't say anything. He didn't say anything suggestive. I mean, all he said was that the president actually said we should be citizens and not be spectators. And therefore, he made statements on various social media handles, and he believed is a reason why he's been taken on. And he said they want to break me, but they can't break me. I am, and so for me, they want to break me. I don't think he called anybody's name. He roped anybody in. This is a journalistic statement. And I think that if any of us probably found ourselves in such a situation and you have the ability to speak, I'm expecting that you are going to continue to maintain your innocence and say that I am innocent. What I'm being accused of, I have no hands in it. I have no intention of helping anybody to stay a coup or destabilize the country. So for me, I think that it's good. It's good he spoke. It's good he was given the opportunity to speak. I am happy that at least the state even allowed the media to get closer to him. They got closer to him to speak, and then he did. So for me, I don't see anything wrong with radio kind. The lawyer say the strategy, the strategy should be in his portfolio, should be in his bag, and condemning the state prosecutors and condemning the BNI and condemning all. We should leave that to pundits in the media, but he is a primary beneficiary when it comes to this case, and therefore I think he should tone down and not take the BNI to the cleaners, not take the state to the cleaners, because at the end of the day, the judiciary is supposed to be very independent by what the law says, and therefore he should just prepare his case file, go to court, and get his client free.
Okay.
Once he does that, his ratings will go up. I think that is what I expect him.
Okay. All right. You better ask Papa Adam Nyamin Show.
Utie oha exi punk no.
Needs FM.